This multifamily lead, guys, it was sent to me by a 12-year-old. What's up, everybody? We're going to have a different type of video today. I'm going to casually go through every single one of your guys' wholesale leads. You guys have sent me so many leads for me to review, to tell you how much you should offer, whether that's a cash deal, a creative deal, and maybe even a multifamily deal. So today I'm just going to casually go through all of your deals and use different softwares to comp them and give you a price. Starting with Peter's deal. He sent me a property here in Arlington. So let's go through that one right now. Here's the property. Looks like a typical, what is this, like an 80s house here in Arlington. I always like to start by driving Street View, guys. So this is what I do. You guys send me leads. I'm going to show you exactly what I do. I get Street View. I get an idea of the neighborhood. Looks like your typical cookie cutter HOA neighborhood. Let's go to comping. If you guys want to know what software I'm using, I am using the one and only best real estate comping software for Texas. Texas is a really difficult state to comp because in Texas, guys, this is non-disclosure, meaning that we don't get sold price data unless you're a licensed realtor or if you're using Propelio. It's a little hack. So I want you guys to go to freepropelio.com where you can get a 14-day free trial. You don't even need to put your credit card in here. So just go to freepropelio.com. There you go. Anyways, so yeah, this is Peter's deal. Let's quickly comp it. I'm going to explain to you how I'm comping, then we're just going to power comp these deals or else this video is going to be too long. I want to look 6 months. If not, I'll go back 1 year, but preferably start within 6 months. We're going to want to find houses within about 10 years of our year built. And then also we can go into more filters and really filter these down. If you want to know the exact filters I use, hop over to the Discord, scroll down, guys, to the schoolhouse and go to Compmandments. These are the filters and the 10 rules I use to comp. You know, square footage different, bedroom, bathroom difference, adjustments. These are more or less exactly what I use to comp your guys' deals. So with all that being said, let's get started. So this property that Peter sent me is a 3222, 1500 square foot, 96 build. All right, beautiful. So 96 build, this could be a great buy for a hedge fund for a long-term rental. So we'll also make comp rents on this one. Peter gave me some notes here. Let's scroll back to Peter's lead. God, I got so many leads, guys. This is nuts. Peter said 300K ARV is what he thinks. Price 190, repairs 30. Those sound about right. Flooring and bathrooms have been recently renovated. Inside has been painted. So honestly, I mean, 30K repairs may actually be high because I mean, this house doesn't need any majors probably. Maybe a roof. Plumbing's gonna be good. Electrical should be good. Guys, there's 5 majors: plumbing, electrical. Some people add more. I usually run with 5. Plumbing, electrical, foundation, roof, and then HVAC. And HVAC should be good. Electrical should be good. Plumbing should be good. Maybe there's some foundation shifting, but it shouldn't be too expensive. And then, I mean, yeah, maybe we have to do a roof. Anyways, sorry about that. I usually budget about 10 grand per each major. So yeah, let's comp this. There's a sold comp. Here's a 4.2 that sold for 280. Now, if this is full ARV, then Peter's is not worth 300K fixed up. This I would not consider full ARV. It's nice, but it still has carpet. I mean, is this HGTV beautiful? If this was on HGTV, I would literally throw up. So this is not HGTV beautiful, but it is a slightly bigger house by 400 square feet. This one sold. This one's a little bit bigger of a house, sold for 300K, but is it HGTV beautiful? I wouldn't say HGTV. So I could see where Peter's coming from with 300K ARV. This one sold for 352, but it's an extremely bigger house. You can't use that as a comp. This one sold for 306, too big of a house. We're not getting a lot of comps in this neighborhood. Usually I'd say do not cross the freeway. So try not to cross freeways. Here's a comp. We don't have pictures inside. Sort of sucks. Here's a comp. That one's way too big. Yeah, we're not getting a lot of comps. This may be one where you have to shoot from the hip or have to unfortunately cross a freeway. But it seems like 320 something, you know, in the 300s, it could be justifiable. I'm just not seeing a lot of completely fixed up houses. Again, because this is sort of screaming a hedge fund buy to me. I'm just flying through here trying to find something fixed up. This one looks to be fixed up, but it's also a much bigger house. So that's not much bigger. It's actually not the worst comp. This one's sort of been fixed up really tacky-y. This one's not bad. It's an extra bedroom. It's an extra half bathroom. This one's not bad, and this one sold for 340. So I actually think Peter's fixed up could probably go for like 300, 325 actually. I would have to spend more time comping it, guys. We don't want to spend too much time. So, but with that being said, again, hard to say what repairs are without pictures. If you guys want to get an idea of repairs, scroll down, guys, in the Discord and go to repair estimators. This is a really good cheat sheet you can use. So a property like this somewhere around like 1,500 to 2,000 square feet. If it just needs cosmetics, about 30K. Probably where Peter roughly came up with that number. If it needs medium repairs, I'd say 45K. And if it's awful, 70K. And then you add 10K for any major repair items. So this one could be 30 to 40K. So yeah, I think this deal is good. So then let's just quickly whip out a Google calculator. I don't need to do anything fancy, guys. There's a couple different ways I like to find my price. I know this area really well. This is an area I can usually sell for 78% of ARV. If ARV is 300,000, I'm just not going to put the thousands in there because it makes it harder, guys. Just use hundreds. Just take out 3 decimal points. I don't know why more people don't do that. I can sell this neighborhood, guys, all day long for 78% of ARV. Max, how do you know what you can sell for 78 or 75 or like, how do you know? Well, you just do this enough and then you start to figure it out. That's why it's really important to start to learn your market. This is a neighborhood I can sell for 78% of ARV, maybe closer to 75 because this is not the best. This is not the best. So somewhere between 75 to 78. It's going to be different, guys. So you can do it as low as 60 in some really bad areas in the US to as high as 82 is what I've seen. So here in Dallas, guys, the rule of thumb is usually 70% here, 70% here, some pockets 75, most areas is 78. And the house also matters. The quality of the house also matters. This is a really good house, which is making me feel like it's closer to 78. And then in some pockets, I can get 80 to 82%. That's DFW. Your market's going to be different. So low end 60, high end a little bit over 80. So I say 60 to 80. Usually your sweet spot's 70 to 80. All right. Now, what, Max? That's confusing. Okay, I'm confused now. I'll show you another trick. Okay, I'll show you another trick. But let's start with this. Times 0.78. All right. Now we're going to subtract our repairs. Let's say our repairs, guys, let's just call it 35. All right. Minus 35K in repairs. That's going to say a buyer would maybe buy this at about 200K. Okay. But then we got to put our assignment fee in there. We want to make 10K. So a buyer would probably, we want to get it about, we want to get this under contract about 190. But Max, I don't know what's 78, what's this, it's confusing. Okay, here's another strategy. Use the 90% rule. This is a rule I created using what RJ Bates teaches. You can watch my full video on it, guys, if you want. Here, just go to Maximilian Deer. Should be one of the first videos that comes up. Dang, dude, look how handsome that guy is. It's this video right here. Oh my God, that scared me.
Oh my God, that scared me.
It's this one, how to calculate offer price like RJ Bates, all right? So another strategy, guys, we can use is simply say the ARV is 300. A buyer, when they sell a property, will have 10% in costs. Agent fees, closing costs, buyer concessions, hard money. It's roughly about 10%. So then we're going to subtract 10% by multiplying it by 90, hence the 90% rule. And then we're going to subtract the repairs, which is 35. And then we're going to say, hey, a buyer wants to make 35 on this deal. Oh my God, we got the exact same price. A buyer usually wants to make the same profit as they do put in rehab. Usually. Is it perfect? No. If you spend 120K on rehab, a buyer doesn't need to make 120K. That's why you use both rules, and then you get a feel for it. So we used both rules. We're still coming out to an offer price of 190. All right, so I'm gonna go back to Peter and say, yo, Peter. He said he can get it for 190. I like it. I think I can sell this for 200K. I have no pictures, so not 100% confident, but lock it up. And then I'm going to say, Peter, go lock it up. Guys, let's give a clap to Peter. Everybody who is watching this, clap to Peter. Peter did good. This is a good find. I also said I was going to comp it for a rental, but we do want to move quick because I got so many deals to comp. But rents roughly, guys, are going for about 2K for a house that looks meh, like really meh. So that's about the 1% rule. About, we're buying it 200,000. It's going to rent for 2K. I think if ours is nicer, maybe it can rent for 22, maybe. We're almost meeting the 1% rule. So not bad. Almost meeting the 1% rule. Max, that should meet the 1% rule. You usually want to take into account rehab and assignment fee into your 1% rule. Guys, video for another time. But okay, let's move on. All right, so the next deal, guys, let's go back to Discord and let's pull up another deal, all right? I've already comped a few. I got a lot to go through. We're going to start to hurry this up. All right, Amp the God said he sent me a property. It's a multifamily 4-unit. Oh, Lord. This one's going to take me a while. Multifamily 4-unit. I did not expect that. Substitute student owns it and is selling this 4-unit. 2 of them units is going under market 1,200 and 1,000. The other two current needs to go through an eviction how fun. The structure right now is a 5% down payment, no payment for 5 years. Oh, it's a seller finance deal. Wow. 5% down payment, no payment for 5 years. Balloon at 5 years with the option to extend it if it doesn't appraise at the purchase price. All right, seller's looking at guys, this is a complex one. I did not expect this in this video. I don't want to confuse you guys. Essentially, this property is a multifamily property. There is 4 units, okay? And how it works is you can buy it for 5% down and not make payments for 5 years. And then at the end of the 5 years, you have to pay the entire amount. Very interesting structure. Would take me a long time to look at because you need to determine what your cash flow is, what your cash on cash return is. We need to determine the repairs. They just had 2 evictions, meaning that they you know, when you evict someone, they usually mess up your property, and the purchase price is $635. So I have to say, in 5 years, can I confidently cash out refinance, or just refinance actually? Can I confidently refinance and get, you know, can this appraise for at least $635 in 5 years? That's really the question. So we want to look at average appreciation. This would take a while to do. However, I am building you guys multifamily calculators so you could look at this real quickly though. HUD tenants will pay $1,365. All right. So I'm going to give you guys a quick overview of this one. So let's just say you can get $1,365 from the HUD. HUD is great. Government's paying your rent. That's $5,460. So that's how much we're going to be getting in rent per month. That's actually not bad because you would times this by 100, and that would say, hey, this property is probably worth about $550 minus repairs, about $500. Okay, well, they want $635. Now, is this a perfect way of doing it? Absolutely not. I'll just showing you some quick math. So it seems like, it's just my guess, guys, and I'll have to spend more time on this deal. Seems like they may want a little bit too much for the property, but they are only saying 5% down and no payments for 5 years. So this could be a very interesting deal, but this is a much more advanced deal. Very, very much more advanced. So this confused you guys and all this, you know, don't feel like you need to focus on this stuff. Let's go back to the basics. So I'm going to mark this one as coming back to this one. I'm going to come back to this deal. Let's go to another deal. This one in Richardson, he wants way too much. I think this one is just way overpriced for my notes. So you guys can quickly look at this one. This guy wanted more. If a guy wants more than the Zestimate, I have never seen a deal good more than the Zestimate. I'm not saying comp your deals this way, guys, but if your deal's like 70, 80% of Zestimate, you probably have a good deal. If it's near Zestimate or over Zestimate, bruh, don't even send it to me, guys. Like, come on. I've never seen a good deal that's over Zestimate. Seller is asking $375. Zestimate's $396. Like, that's really close to Zestimate. You know, he want to offer $325. I can go through this one real quickly. I should have given a more accurate response. I was just like, dude, this guy's just way off. Here, you know what? Real quickly, we'll comp this. This is a 0.78 or 0.8% neighborhood. Richardson's a great neighborhood. I own 2 properties in this neighborhood. This is a little bit more north than where I own my Actually, oh my God. I would buy this for UTD student housing. I actually sort of want this house. Okay, wait, let's go. Let's comp this one. How big is this house? I may buy it. 1,800 square feet. Oh yeah, guys, this is banger. This is right next to school. I own student housing for this school. Okay. But he wants way too much. Like, if someone wants way too much, guys, you have a few options. If you offer cash and they want too much, you can do sub 2, seller finance, or novation. This one is probably going to be screaming creative. One of those sub 2, seller finance, or novations. So it's a 321, 1,800 square foot, 62 build. Remember, guys, I always like to start with street view. Beautiful neighborhood. This is the dream neighborhood. Love this house. Just wants too much. Next door. What? Why did you teleport me there, bro? What are you doing? Looking at the sold price. This one's a 1,200 square foot house that sold for $310. It's probably fully fixed up. But really, it's not? It's somewhat fixed up. Okay, but that's a little smaller than ours. Let's quickly find a comp. Here's a really good comp. This is a perfect comp, guys. Look, when these numbers match up, I know you can't see everything because of my camera. 3, 2, 1. This is a perfect comp. And this one's been fixed up. Has it? It has not been fixed up. That sold for $375 as is. All right. So as is, and it's sort of fixed up. As is comp $375. So I'm gonna send this to our guy and just be like, hey, yo, this is what as is sort of fixed. I mean, they painted the outside, like they did some work to it. They painted the outside. It's like a really cheap flip. It looks like a wholesale. I mean, this is like the quality of student housing. So like this is a perfect student housing property. So, you know, that's sort of where, and it's probably ARV is probably not 475. I'm not seeing anything in 475 in this area. Here's a fixed up house that's actually a little bit bigger. That this one sold for 400K, right? So ARV is probably closer to 400. As is 375. So I would just say we can do a novation, but depending on condition, yes, it needs to be closer to 325. And also, guys, like I'm not trying to diss Nathan here, but like don't ask me for a specific number if you're not sending me pictures. Like, how am I supposed to know if repairs is 10, repairs is 70? Like, I mean, you're saying rehab is 40, but like, why? And ARV, I'm gonna say your ARV is way too high. All right, on to the next one. Well, you know, we can quickly check this deal. I just looked at it. This one's sort of interesting, guys. I'm gonna show you a quick strategy here. You can comp based off of ARV, but something else you can do is comp based off of as is, and we briefly saw that here. So here's a really cool strategy. Just find a house in similar condition to yours and then figure out what that's selling for. So we have a 311 900 square foot house. It's genuinely a piece of shit. Like this thing's like a piece of shit just from what I saw. Well, go and find another piece of shit that's a similar house. This one's a very similar house, a little smaller, but a very similar house. And that sold for 125. And if it's in similar condition to yours, just know, oh, I can sell it for 125 too. Like, don't overcomplicate wholesaling. Sometimes go find the other shitty house, see what it's sold for, and then say, I can sell my shitty house for the same price, and then subtract your assignment fee. So let's say this was a perfect comp. It's not a perfect comp. Let's say it was a perfect comp. I would try to get mine at 115 and sell it for 125. Make 10K. Done. Don't overcomplicate wholesaling, guys. All right, let's look at this lead. This one's in Fort Worth. It's land. 70K seems too expensive. Fort Worth land for 70K, that just right off the top of my head seems a little bit pricey. Guys, land you can usually sell for 20% of what a new house costs in good areas. So it'd be a good area in Fort Worth or most of Dallas. Dallas is worth more than Fort Worth. That's just how life works, okay? But in most neighborhoods, guys, land goes for around, on average throughout America, in like metroplexes. I'm not talking in the sticks. In metroplexes, land's about 20% of a new home. In the sticks, guys, that could be 10%. In the world's best neighborhoods, you're talking 25, 30%, okay? You're in Brentwood, like, bruh. But on average, 20%, hence the 20% rule for land. Houses are going for 330, 70 is way too expensive. You want to know how? Look, go to land comps. I'll prove it to you. I don't think land's selling for 70K. Bam. Land's on the market for 60, 70K. Land's selling for 50K. All right, yeah, that one's a little bit smaller. So what? Fight me. That one's a lot bigger. Fight me. All right, it's too much money. You have so much competition. If you guys have properties listed at 60 and 78K and stuff like that's competition. That's competition. All right. So, dude, too expensive. Jamal, I love you, bro. Like, you send me deals. I've never gotten a deal from you that's not too expensive. You're always like, I think you think I'm an end buyer. Bro, I'm not an end buyer for land. I'm a wholesaler. I need to make 5K, like, or else it's just not worth it. Jamal is a freaking killer land wholesaler, but he sends me deals at end buyer prices every time, Jamal. Bro, I'm going to get you one day to send me a deal at a price where I can maybe make 5K to help you dispo it. All right, good find, Jamal. All right. Oh, there's Jamal again. I don't even want to look at it. I mean, all right, Jamal, you know what? Let's beef real quick. All right, guys. So when you guys look at land, guys, there's a few things I want you to look at. All right, here we go. So this is how you're going to comp land. Go to Street View. Again, we always start Street View. Street View is a void. All right. Well, that's making my life hard. I don't know what's going on here. All right. Well, I go to Street View usually, and then I say, is the property cleared? Doesn't look like it. Looks like there's trees. That's going to cost money. Is there a street? You want to make sure there's a street. If there's not a street, I'm not even interested. This one doesn't even look like there's a street. So that, guys, you don't usually want to mess with properties without streets, unless you're talking about like a big acreage that you can subdivide and replat and rezone. You want to know, like, is there a street? Like, that's literally the first thing I look at. Is there a street? If there's no street, I'm not even going to really look at your deal. There's no street. I don't want to look at this deal. Then, is there utilities? Look for utility poles. Okay, is there other houses nearby? Like, okay, sure. Like, okay, there's new construction nearby. I get what Jamal's going for here, but a builder is gonna have to spend like 100K building a street. Why would he buy your lot? He would need to buy this lot, this lot, this lot, this lot, this lot, and then buy them all at a discount. Then you also want to look at if it's flat. You want to look if it's in a flood zone. There's a few things you want to look at. Like, dude, no street. Next, Jordanian sent me a property in Houston. I may have already looked at this deal. how quickly you guys can comp properties once you get good. You just got to know your market, guys. All right, here we go. If you guys like this type of video, let me know. I don't know. I have to do this work anyway, so I thought might as well make these videos. I did this one for Jordanian. My guy has this locked up way too high. So what Jordanian is doing, and I appreciate the hustle, he's going on MLS and he's offering a discount to MLS. This one's just way too high, guys. A 3-1, 1,500 square foot 92 build. This house needs a lot of work. Like his ARV, guys, look at this. The ARV is like 160. This house has been fixed up. So if your ARV is 160 and the house needs work, dude, it needs to be at like 60K. Like 100K spread is usually what investors are looking for. So this one's just way too high, Jordanian. 60, 70, 80K. It has to be under 100K. I can tell you that for a fact. There's no profit for a builder, guys, for a fix and flipper. Nope. Keep going. On to the next. There you go. This is Motivation by Max. All right. What's this? All right. Single family home sent to me by my boy Adrian. Dude, Adrian just got his first deal with me a couple weeks ago or a month ago. So shout out to Adrian, dude. The hustle. We got a FSBO that was bought by our fund. Did we all make a lot of money? Nope. But we got our first deal. We got Adrian's first deal. So that was all that matters. This one's listed at 140. What's the notes that Adrian sending me? Guys, I really don't want you to send me on market properties because unless they're creative, because like there's not really anything I can do. But I'll check Adrian's deal because I appreciate his hustle. Parents' home, they're selling it for them, presented a verbal offer, and the agent asked if I would see the property. I am not. Actually, Adrian did technically get his first deal. So I accept on-market deals from gunners. And technically, Adrian did in fact get his first deal. So guys, together, we are going to upgrade Adrian to a gunner. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Congrats, Adrian. Congrats, Adrian, on getting your first deal, buddy. All right, I got to look at this one now. He says ARV is 256, rehab is 30. Well, let's see about that. Outside looks nice. I think his ARV may be high. This is, what is this, like a South Dallas or South Fort Worth get? Ooh, you're looking at like 5 to 10K in exterior work there. Ooh, that looks like foundation. You see how this shit's sloping, guys? There's a little bit of buckling here on the floors. That looks like some foundation shifting. This is like an old pier and beam house, so it's not expensive to do that type of foundation work, but we are looking at foundation work. It won't be 10K though, I don't think. Dude, this house is freaking bad. This house is bad. Rehab's 40 to 50K. Oh, I think rehab is 50. Your rehab is low. Yeah, and ARV, guys, there's no way the ARV is 250. There's no way in this neighborhood. I think ARV, guys, I'm going to guess. I'm going to say ARV is 215. I don't know. I'm just pulling that out of my ass. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, wait. Comparables. My bad. This one, I think we need to get at like 90. It's my gut. Let's see. ARV. Oh, that's a new home. No. Okay. I was wrong. I admit when I'm wrong. This is a better pocket of South Dallas. Here's a really nice house, guys. So yeah, ARV 250. Okay. So in between our numbers, but yeah, ARV, did he say 250? Yeah. Okay. Good for you. That's a really nice house. Dang, it looks like new construction almost. Is there another comp to support it? Never go off of just one comp, guys. You want multiple comps to support your numbers. This one, guys, is not full ARV. It's actually pretty nice. This one sold for 232. So yeah, I think based off of the square footage, I say your ARV is actually right. My bad, bro. ARV right. I'd say rehab is 50K, probably-ish. This is a 70% area, guys. It's not a good neighborhood. So let's just say 250K ARV times 0.7 minus 50. We need to make 10K. Usually, guys, this needs to be bought closer to 100K. And if you're using the 90% rule, like an investor would probably want to buy this closer to, same price. They work out the same sometimes. That's cool. Yeah, I would say, you negotiated 110? Oh, dude, I was given age. I read his numbers wrong. I'm tired. I read his numbers wrong. Negotiated 110 to 120. I don't like when you say to 120. No. I negotiated this number. Be confident with your numbers. 110 is close. Not 120K. Would I take a shot at this at 110? The issue, guys, is it's listed on market. Well, that's the wrong property. It's listed on market. And it's listed on market for how much? So selling on market deals is a little bit tougher because if we get it at 110, then we need to sell it like 115, 120. And an investor is gonna be like, but it's listed at 140. And it's like, yeah, I know it's listed at 140, but the number's pencil. And he's like, this one's one of those that's close. I think we're still going to get pushed. I have a gut feeling, guys, just because I know this neighborhood a lot. We're still going to get pushed back, and rehab could be 60. Like, dude, these houses suck to rehab. These small little framers. Again, my rule of thumb is buy them under 100. This one happens to be in a good pocket where you may be able to stretch it. Oh, man. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I'm worried. I'm worried that it needs to be... Yeah, new construction's going for 300. So yeah, new construction's going for 300. Our houses are going for 250. That sort of makes sense. 20% difference ish. What was said? I'm gonna say my gut tells me we sell this around 110 to 115. That's just my gut, guys, from experience. All right, on to the next deal. Here's one. It's a duplex. All right, let's look at another duplex. So here's our property, guys. Let's see what's going on. You guys put addresses in weird. Isn't it Georgia? Like, where is this? Excuse me, Tom. You put it in DFW. Is this a DFW lead? No list price given. Off market currently. ARV around 330, but not totally sure if that's accurate. Rehab. I'm gonna say use Propelio, bro. Go to freepropelio.com. Yeah, I don't know. I got a weird address. Can I find it on Google? Oh, never mind. I can't find it on Google. I would need to know rents. What is it renting for? Okay, let's try to comp this one more time. See what's going on. Can I comp it? Comp, come on. Well, awkward. Anyways, guys, so when you're looking at a duplex, what I like to do is try to see if you can find another duplex comp. That would be your best way to comp it. Try to find another duplex comp. Saying rehab, I need pictures. Also, duplexes, guys, are going to be more expensive to comp because you have literally 2 houses. So you have like double the bathrooms and double the kitchens. Like, those are where your money's going to. So 10 to 15K, like, it seems low to me, just personally speaking, especially with a property where we get no information on it. Great. Also, it's really you base it off of rents too. So try to find a duplex comp. If you can't find a duplex comp, then get the rents. So if this property, rents for $1,500 a side, that's 300K. Like, that's a duplex that I would probably want to get under contract around like 200, 225, something like that. Maybe 250 depending on condition. Anyways, all right, on to the next. We got a couple nationwide leads, so let's step out of DFW here for a second. Okay, here's one in Florida. All right, it's a FSBO. It's a FSBO in Florida. You guys want to check this out? Let's check this out. I told you I'd step out of Florida here for a second. And I'm going to show you a multifamily one. I promised you at the end of this video, I'll show you a multifamily one. So I'll show you a multifamily one. For sale by owner. This thing looks rough. It's on market for 100K. Did this thing get flooded? Oh my God. That thing looked disgusting. Oh my Lord. What's going on in here, man? Propelio works also really well in Florida, guys. Putting it out there. I feel like I'm the only guy that talks about Propelio. All right, let's see what's going on here. So we have a house. Looks like a quintessential Florida neighborhood. It's a 2,000 square foot house built in 1960. Okay, let's see what's going on. Whoa, we got a lot of results. Damn, dude, Florida bubble. This is what I'm talking about, the Florida bubble. Look how many on markets you have. On market. Dude, wholesaling in Florida. Everyone's still so bullish. I am so bearish on Florida right now. I am so bearish on Florida. When your neighbor's house is for sale and your neighbor's house is for sale and your neighbor's house is for sale, it's like, dude, home flippers don't want to flip when there's that much competition. Anyways, I don't know where this guy came up with his ARV because I'm literally looking at a house that's listed on market for 185. Guys, if your neighbor's house is listed on market for 185 and is at full ARV and it's freaking 30% bigger than yours, why would our ARV be 215? So it's guys, like these aren't selling. So this house has been on the market for 160 days. 160 days it's not selling. Florida is in a bubble. Buy cheaper. This one's listed at 178. It's not selling. It's a perfect comp to ours, essentially. It's like, dude, this house maybe is 150. Like, what's the clearing price? Is it 150? What? And this house that we're looking at just sold for what's going on now? Nah. Guys, I'm sorry, but a hill is not a gunner, bro. So we can't be submitting on market. And I don't want you to tell me that FSBO is not on market, because FSBO is on market. FSBO is on market. That's essentially on market. So please send me off market. Wait. Actually, hold on. Wait, did I just go crazy? Did this house just sell for 130? The house we're looking at just sold for 130. What the hell? When did it sell for 130? It says it sold for 130. So someone paid 130, now they're willing to let it go at 90? Honestly, yo, low key 90 may be a good deal. I should chill for a second. So I get really worked up comping. So yeah, guys, don't take my crazy verbiage as like I'm mad at you. I'm obviously never mad at you guys. I love you all so much. Why? What's going on here? Can someone help me out here? Oh, it's a different house. Oh, it's a different house. Yo, I'm tripping. Why do these houses look the same, yo? Look, tell me these houses don't look the same. Damn. Okay, so someone just paid 130 for this one, slightly fixed up. Gives you guys an idea of the market. Okay, so a slightly fixed up house is 130. Ours is freaking trashed. Here, I'm gonna tell him to use this as a comp. Say use this as a comp. Yeah, I would say it even needs to be cheaper. So let's just say ARV guys is 160. I don't know. I mean, let's just call it what it is. All right, 160, and let's just do the 90% rule times 0.9. And then this house, dude, that's like a 60K like there's just no money to be made. Like there's literally no it does not make sense. Okay, let's try point minus 50. It needs to be cheaper. Like I just don't see it. I think it needs to be cheaper. Like I don't personally see it as an investor, guys, and that's how I'm looking at these things. I don't know this market really well. I don't own a house in Florida. But I'm just looking at it as an investor, and I say it does not make sense to me as an investor. If I was going to work on this house, why would I buy it for 90, spend 50K in rehab? I'm in it 140 just to turn around and sell it for 160. I would lose money after hard money, buyer's agent commission, closing costs, all the shit, right? It just does not make sense to me as an investor, and that's how I look at deals. If he can sell it, awesome. I think the investor's dumb, but that's fine. Like that's their problem. All right, do we have any other leads? Let's see if I have any more leads. Guys, I think that's going to wrap up this. So let's go and open up a multifamily lead. I told you I was going to do it. This multifamily lead, guys, it was sent to me by a 12-year-old. All right, guys, so a 12-year-old just sent me a multifamily property that they said they got at 2.5 million, a 12-year-old, and it appraised at 3.3 million. And he wants me to confirm if it's a good deal. This is going to take me a long freaking time, but I will give it a quick effort. All right, here we go. Maximillionaire is what the 12-year-old calls me. I'll take that. That's a good compliment. Here is the property, all the information. He gave me T12s. T12s is your trailing 12 months. This is your trailing 12 months, pretty much your income statement. All right, he gave me rent rolls. So guys, when you're either dealing with multifamily, this 12-year-old knows how to do it for, I don't know how. You want T12s and you want rent rolls. Okay, that's what you're gonna ask for. T12 and rent rolls. These are your rents. These are your income statements, which has your rents, your operating expenses, your profit, all that stuff. And this is where you go through like an accountant and I audit them and I say, yeah, you've been audited. You're absolutely BSing me. You're telling me your operating expenses are 10% of your rents. Pack sand. It's probably closer to 30, 40, 50, right? That's what I'm supposed to do. Because what they're trying to do is say that their cap rate is higher. And my job is to say their cap rate is actually lower. Multifamily, right? We're all beefing here. We're looking at this as a business. We're looking at this on the terms of rents. We're not looking at this as like, oh, the ARV. Piss off. No, we're looking at this strictly from like how much money can this property make me? We're looking at like a business. This is going to be a fun one. And we also have a appraisal done by Aspen Townhomes. And it's a lot of information that I am absolutely not going to read. So guys, this property is in Lubbock, Texas, which is in West Texas in the middle of nowhere. However, Lubbock does have a major college, so it's actually a pretty good area to own real estate. Otherwise, I'd say don't send it to me, but Lubbock is pretty legit. And yeah, this is a apartment complex. Let's get a vibe of this place. Ooh, it's a beaut. It's a beaut. Who would love to own this? I'd love to own this. If you want to see if multifamily is listed, you don't go to Zillow, guys. You go to LoopNet. This is the Zillow for multifamily, all right? And this is where you'll see if something's listed. It's not. This is where you search for multifamily. This is the Zillow of multifamily. So it looks like it's a total of 70 units, 43 of which are occupied and 27 not occupied. So there's actually a lot of non-occupancy. So it's pretty pretty vacant, bro. It's pretty vacant. That could be a good or bad thing. It could be a good or bad thing. It means that there's a lot of opportunity for you, or it's like, what the hell? This is a shit property. It could be one of those two things, and that's up to us to figure out. But market rent, if they were all rented, you're looking at about $47,000. You want to make sure that's not pro forma rent. Pro forma rent is a fancy word of saying, I think I can get this much. More like, I think you can go F yourself, because if you could, then do that. I like to look at market rent. I don't trust people based off of, I could get this much. Then go get that much. Jesus Christ. Dude, their NOI is awful. It is horrendous. Dude, their operating expenses are so much money. I actually think for the first time they told the truth on one of these. Like I said, usually I'm seeing them say like, oh, operating expenses are only like 20% of rent. Like when I said, like if it's 50, I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. If it's like 30, 40, I'm like, yeah, maybe. Dude, they're saying operating expenses was $417, whereas their potential rent was $586. It's 70% of their potential. Oh my God. Someone's stealing money. Well, this is the worst property I've ever seen in my life. Where the hell is the money going? All right, administrative is 30K. All right. Stop taking vacations. Management fees 20. All right, that's fine. Oh, payroll. We got 34,000 in salary there. We got maintenance wages of 46,000. All right, so payroll ain't cheap. We got a lot of repairs. Got 25K in cleaning. Damn, some dirty ass people. Oh, we got 100K in utilities. Oh, the tenants don't pay utilities. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I mean, this is the worst freaking deal I've ever seen for now. This place is bleeding money. Okay, so let's say you can get those potential rents up to 586, and we can get those operating expenses down because we can make tenants pay utilities and everything. I mean, ooh, oh Lord. To make this deal work, we got to get operating expenses down like a cool 200, and we got to get rent all the way up. And if we could do that, and we could profit about 200K a year, then we're looking at like a 10 cap. That's pretty good. Oh man, this one's that's a woo! Woo! All right, guys, that's it. Hope that was fun. I just comped a bunch of your guys' properties, and that's how you comp properties. So anyways, peace.